Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode, another hour, another edition of The Assist. I'm your host, Noah Harrington. To my right, we have Jay, and to his right, we have Coach G. Fellas, how are you?
Doing excellent today. Feeling
We're
good.
in here.
We are. For the Wednesday episode, or Friday episode.
It's be our Friday
I'm-
episode. Thank you, sir.
His days are off.
We need to get through
We're on
this
the air
week,
so
son.
much. I just lose
His
track of
days
time.
are
We got
off.
so much sports to talk about. With so much basketball, really.
So much to talk about.
So that's why I think we need to
So what are we going to start with?
with the biggest news in football.
Let's go for it.
Oh, man.
Let's go ahead and knock that out.
I've been seeing a lot of...
Let's go ahead and get this out the way.
Let me just ask this question, right? I'm going to ask this question first. Is Eli Manning a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yes.
I think it's a
Yes.
non-arguable topic. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of arguments against it.
I can see him being a Hall of Famer, but not unanimous.
Not unanimous, but first ballot. Like he's gonna beat out a few people.
You can fact
Yeah.
check me on it. However, if I'm not mistaken,
2 Super Bowls.
He is
two
two for two.
Super Bowl MVPs.
he's 2 for
He's
2.
2 for 2,
He
exactly.
went to the Super Bowl twice, won them both against Super Bowl reigning champs, the New England Patriots. Not a lot of teams.
He's
can
a
sit there
Patriot.
and
You
say
said that on here.
He's a Patriot killer.
Yeah.
He's been the one who's done the Patriots in.
He
And
ruined our perfect season when we
Ruined the
had
perfect
Randy
season.
Moss and fucking
Turned
and Tom
around,
Brady and Wes
snatched the Super
Welker
Bowl.
and
Facts.
yeah, like
Now, there's been a lot of things in between. However, it's been a lot of good quarterbacks that have not been outside of the a playoff game.
You
know
can't
what I'm saying?
praise
They never
Tony
made it to
Romo.
their conference championship, let alone a Super Bowl.
exactly. You can't praise Tony Romo the way you do and not give
Him being one
more
of 'em.
praise to Eli Manning because I see everybody talk. Oh, Tony Romo was a great quarterback. He just didn't get this. He didn't
Which he
get that. He
was.
didn't have this. And Tony Romo was a good quarterback.
I think that's true,
But
though.
when you look at Eli Manning did it. It's
It's
not
same
like he
division. They were
didn't
in
have
the
a Des
absolute same
Bryant
division.
I don't
and a
know.
Marion
I think
Barber
that could be true, though.
and a Miles Austin. Like Tony Romo had so many weapons for so many years.
Yeah, he did. True.
You know what I mean? So when you look at somebody like that and they give him this praise, you have to give that praise to a person who did it and is 100% deserving of it. There's people out there who could argue Tony Romo was not deserving of it because he never won a playoff game. Or won a select few of however many he did. I just don't know right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
And so there's an argument for that. I don't think there's an argument for somebody who's proven that he's done it twice.
Yeah, he to me, hands down, I don't have a problem putting him in there. I'm not his biggest fan.
I
by
think he
no
goes in
means,
the Hall
but-
of Fame, but he ain't just like the greatest in the Hall of
And you
Fame.
can't,
no,
and,
but
and
he
on,
ain't
and
not
on
by
this
any
one,
means.
He ain't
and this
just
is probably the
lowest
unique.
nigga, but he down there.
This is probably the unique deal about it. I'm gonna put it on out there in my vision. His numbers may not.
What
be
is he 7th all time
strikingly
passing
alarming,
yards?
you know.
Which you said that, but when I read that he was 7th all time in passing yards, that kind of struck me as really.
For whatever reason, you
Eli?
look at the Giants' fails versus their success.
accomplishments.
Yeah, what they
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
done. That
Except when they make a playoff run.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh, Giants doing good.
Uh-huh.
They don't necessarily blow you away and wire you with these stellar seasons where they lose
There was
one
a
or
couple-
two.
there was one or
had
two
like
'cause they had
9 and
Odell.
7 seasons, you know what I'm saying?
This is how they
And
were
make it.
wowing you with their play. Because you have Odell out there do a one-hand toe touch catch, and it's the number one play
They
on
were
ESPN.
wowing you because
but they lose the
knew
game.
that for the back 8 games, including the run through the playoff, including the championship, you cannot lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You lose any one of those games, and you're done. You don't even have to make it to the first round. You don't have to make it to the wild card. You lose this game here in week 12,
Yeah.
you're out.
Yeah.
You're done.
Would it be
And
surprising?
that's when the Giants look the best to me, when they're facing them
when
type
they back
seasons,
is against the wall.
and they knock this team off,
And you make
they
a bubblegum
did it again.
catch.
It's not even necessarily that they knocked the team off; it's that they survived.
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
did it again. They made it.
Eli's a
They
survivor.
did it again, and so having said that, again, I mean, you can probably nitpick and find holes in his game.
I think a
I
7.
don't think it's a problem putting them in that first round ballot.
Two things. I think somebody who's 7th all time in passing yards is first ballot deserving. No, I don't think there's first top 10 is first ballot deserving. Probably the first 15 is first ballot deserving because that 15th person is probably an amazing quarterback. We just don't know who it is right now. You know what I mean? That and then the second thing, I should have asked this: would it be blasphemy if he wasn't inducted right away? If he wasn't one of the first inductees when he's eligible?
It depends on who else he's going against, but I think he should be at the top.
I think he should be too because he
two.
was the Giants quarterback for however many years. And here's my other thing. Eli Manning is probably, it's really hard to get out of the shadow of somebody who came before you.
Facts.
And he came after 2 people. So Archie wasn't the most amazing quarterback. So Peyton didn't really have so much to look up to. It was like a Kobe and Jelly Bean kind of situation. You know what I mean? Like Jelly Bean wasn't just a 5-time All-Star, 3rd all-time scorer. You know what I mean? And so Kobe didn't have that much pressure on him.
Yeah.
Now when you look at Bronny, I know we're talking basketball. When you look at Bronny has a lot of pressure on his shoulders.
Yeah.
When you look at Eli had a lot of pressure on his shoulders coming out of Ole Miss because your brother is
who he is,
the best quarterback playing at the time.
Facts.
02, Peyton Manning was probably the best quarterback.
Am I tripping? I mean, I've looked at pictures of Peyton Manning from when he played in Tennessee to all the way through playing for the Colts.
His head definitely got bigger.
Years. Did his head get bigger?
His head got bigger, most definitely.
Yeah.
That's all that CTE in there. All that CTE built up.
Holy shit. His head got bigger, didn't it?
All them back surgeries and Peyton, if Peyton would have stayed healthy, and Peyton didn't, the thing is, Peyton didn't need to stay healthy, and he's still Peyton Manning, but imagine if he would have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. He would have been way better for
exactly.
sure.
He's a...
way better stats.
He had a serious injury.
And you know what? I'm glad you brought him up
serious injury.
When your brother is in the league or somebody in your family is in the league, you have that stigma of, I have to be just as good or better.
I would hate to be one of Giannis's brothers right now.
Or the Matthews.
The Currys.
The Currys.
The Currys is a perfect example.
The Matthews, perfect example.
I was about to say, it's a couple of Matthews brothers in the league. The Watts brothers.
The Gasols.
Oh, the Watts? Guaranteed. TJ has a lot to live up to. Yeah. Good thing he's doing it.
He's filling them shoes. But, I mean, you have somebody come in, set the tone, and people expect. I lived in that. My brother was a hell of a basketball player, and being 2 years behind him, it was expected. Now, I was able to hold my own, but I had to carve my own niche. Mm-hmm. He was more of an offensive genius. I worked way better off the defensive end. I can stop your offensive guy. He averaged a double every 20 points a game. I'm gonna break him down to 12, maybe 10.
Yeah.
Maybe 8. Catch me on a real good night, I'll fuck around and have him locked up.
So y'all like night and day.
Look, don't have some scouts looking at you come that game when we playing y'all, because you might not want to give him that tape. I might get your bid.
So you and your brother was like night and day?
Dead ass. I knew how to guard my brother, but my brother, him with his offensive mind, I had to keep coming, you showed me that. But that's what being a defensive guru, you have to challenge a person. I got to see your best. You got to put it out there on display so I can learn it and I can dominate it. I can conquer it. Mm-hmm. And you can't do that to me again.
Facts.
So now I know what you become a one-trick pony to me.
Living in that shadow is a hard thing to do. I mean, my sister was varsity since freshman year, so I mean that's
the expectation.
Even if you don't do sports, you're already looked at as somebody else. You're not you anymore. You're so and so's sister. You're so and so's brother. You're so and so's cousin
or son.
I was
about to say, because my dad, my uncles, they are. You one of them boys.
Yep. And even though I mean, you see it all the time, Bronny, perfect example. Wait till Bryce is gonna becomes a freshman and is now all over ball his life and everything.
The flip side of that token, that's what builds your character.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it can sound like a crippler, it can sound like a downer, but however, that's what builds your character, and that's what makes you who you are.
I think that's why most of those people in that situation try to go hard just so they can create their own name
because
so
they know
I need my
already.
own name.
Yeah,
exactly.
Mm-hmm. So we were speaking on the Giants. We kind of got a little off, but it's still kind of
put Eli in there.
Apply to Eli. Eli needs to be in there. How do y'all feel about the Giants' future going forward?
Giants need about 4 more years.
They're gonna have to rebuild.
They need about 4 more years. And not tanking years. They need one more tanking year. That after this season, they'll probably have a piece that they're gonna put on defense, and then which they should be looking for more offensive pieces.
I think they need a receiver.
They need a receiver.
Absolutely,
bad.
They need a receiver.
Once they got rid of OBJ, that was like
you got Shepard over there, but Shepard's not your OBJ. You can't. You know what I mean? You got to have.
He's not guaranteed to give you those tough catches that you're looking for.
No,
he's not
you need a bona fide.
He's
receiver.
not your threat. You
and
need a threat.
You can look young in the draft, but you need to pick up a veteran. Someone who understands their role immediately and can make an immediate impact on your team moving forward.
But check this. I don't necessarily think it has to be a veteran. Look at what the Cowboys did when they got
that's what I'm saying. Is this going to be the year Saquon has that Zeke year?
Yeah, and that's
where
Saquon
runs the league. We know what Saquon can do.
They already got a Saquon. I don't believe that lightning going to strike twice for them.
Lightning, I don't think has struck.
Was Saquon Barkley? Oh my!
Not the way it struck with Zeke.
Listen, Saquon Barkley is a much better running back than Zeke is. Hands down to me, not a question about it.
Yeah.
Zeke is an animal, but he's the number 2 animal.
I don't know.
Saquon Barkley is that guy.
Saquon Barkley's played what?
You put them in the same
1 year?
You put
2
Saquon
years?
over in Dallas. Oh man, Dallas wouldn't have had no problems getting to the championship.
They got Jabril Peppers over on defense.
I don't know. Zeke get that money for a reason, man.
Hey, Saquon about to get paid.
He get that
too.
money for a reason.
Saquon about to get paid.
Zeke had one of the greatest rookie seasons ever in football history.
The two of them together.
Yeah.
That was just amazing.
See, but I think Dak and Zeke, I think Dan and Saquon are going to be the new Dak and Zeke. And I think they need another piece the way Dak and Zeke had. You had your Witten, your veteran, and then you got your good wideout in Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant ended up happening. You ended up losing him next season, whatever. But you had him to start with. So I think they need somebody else, maybe potentially 2 more people, 2 more offensive people.
Yeah.
And I think they can. Make a.
I don't know. I just think it's gonna be interesting to see what happened with the quarterback position. And
the spotlight is on Dan right now.
Yeah,
it's on Danny.
I think that's gonna play the big role on how the Giants go forward. They next season or they next seasons.
Oh yeah. But I do agree with you. I say about 3 or 4 years before they're fully. And then at that point, I think they'll.
But they feel like they can make their Super Bowl run.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
And not saying that in 3 or 4 years they will. I'm just giving them that amount of time to make the right adjustments to get there. Because granted, we've seen it. We've seen it not happen. We've seen the Giants bring in Odell Beckham and they think he's the savior and it doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Not saying he didn't do his job.
Guaranteed. It's just sometimes it doesn't work.
He is that guy. Don't forget.
I mean, it didn't work over. Same thing we thought with Cleveland. It didn't work over in Cleveland.
Well, I feel like Cleveland, their quarterback.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of quarterback problems going around
Giants
in the league.
There's
a quarterback plague.
The Texans had that problem for years.
You're either cured or you're not of the quarterback plague.
Okay,
Literally.
Just this season alone. Okay.
This season, Saquon is better than Zeke. I will say that. I can't say in the overall grand scheme of them as a overall career-wise, I can't say Zeke is not better.
Because Barkley played 13 games, 217 attempts or touches, 1,003 yards. Okay? All right?
There's no Saquon slander on this side.
Hold on.
Hold that down. We gotta jump into a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. We're a little late on it, but it's all good. So here's a quick word from our friends. Back, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, I'm your host Noah Harrington. To my right I have Jay, and to his right we have Coach G, and we're in here talking Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley, 13 games, 217 touches.
What was it,
1,003 yards.
Yeah.
Okay?
1,003
not bad.
yards.
Nothing to shake a stick at. Ezekiel Elliott, 16 games played, so that's 3 more games. 301 touches. 1,357 yards.
See, that's only what?
Their average.
That's a lot more.
Their average, one was averaging 4.5, one was averaging 4.6, but the time frame, they running pretty side by side with it on the season. It's not a bad look.
I wouldn't necessarily say side by side because if
Zeke got 100 more touches,
then it would
probably would have.
Well, not even 100.
Saquon, or take 100 off of Ezekiel. And to see what he does, because that's what he ran. It was 217.
You know what? I'm going to do the average on it and see.
So what it would be what was Saquon's 4.6?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be 4.6 times however many extra yard or touches that Zeke had. I don't know. I'm not a math whiz up here. I'm a podcaster. Mm-hmm. Damn it.
0 fumbles.
So that's it's
6
hard
touchdowns.
To pull a ball out of those arms. Saquon's got he's got tree trunk arms.
Tree trunk arms.
Tree trunk arms and tree trunk legs.
Good Lord. Tree trunk arms. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Tree
and
trunk
if I'm
arms.
not mistaken, the big is the big carries over 20 yards considered a big carry? Big
game?
I
think it's something like that.
Something like that. He has
might
8
be 25.
There go 8.
20.
With his longest being 68. 6 touchdowns on the season. That's Saquon Barkley's numbers. Let's take a peek at Ezekiel right quick. I got you. His touches, again, 16 games played, 301 touches, 1,357, 4.5 average. His longest is a whole whopping 33 yards with 4 big games. Come on now, stop playing with me. The boy rushed his ass off this. And you agreed it. You
just
put
can't
it
say in the
overall
grand scheme.
I get that. And I may be more biased to this season, but
only because he's played
Ezekiel
longer.
had a hell of a rookie season. Absolutely,
he had a hell of a rookie season.
But
I think
Dallas
did not do as good this season for sure.
Now
he didn't have a bad second season. They went 13-3 their second season.
Here's the one side of the token. They don't have so much of a profile on Barkley yet. They don't know how to guard him. I think Ezekiel should have a little bit more experience. He's been in the league longer.
Listen to this. And y'all are gonna agree with this.
They don't have the same weapons they had.
This is okay. Listen. This is attributing to weapons. If you kind of said something along these lines, I don't know if you got it fully out. This may have been where you were going with it. If you put Saquon Barkley in Ezekiel Elliott's position in Dallas, he's gonna give you more yards on 3, and you give him 301 touches. He's gonna give you over 1,357 yards because he doesn't have that offensive line in New York.
Exactly.
Dallas probably has one of the best offensive lines in the past however many years. You know what I mean?
That's one of their staples.
It's one of their staples. You got Smith, the dude who moves two linemen at once.
Yeah, he requires a double team every time.
And he's your tackle, he's your guard, whatever he is on offense. You know what I mean? Like, they have an amazing offensive line. So if you give Saquon that line, there's no doubt he was going to shit all over Zeke's numbers.
I don't have a problem with that. I see that
in 5 more years. I think I can say I'd probably give Saquon one more year.
Jay, you were saying
and he's
different
better
weapons.
already.
It is different weapons, and you got to spread the ball out a little bit differently in Dallas than you do over there in New York. New York, you're the go-to guy versus over in Dallas. There's several people trying to get off over there that you're trying to implement into the offense.
Mm-hmm. And you had big names at that time when you came in. You had Des Bryant over there. You had a Tony Romo as a backup to Deck, and then you got Jason Witten.
Well, you think about having Tony Romo on the bench. Tony Romo is a hell of a football player. He know the game.
He does, and that's I think that's why Dak had a really good rookie year because he had Tony right there coaching him and everything. Yeah.
And Dak's numbers, I mean, he almost threw for 5,000 yards. He was just 98 yards off from 5,000.
See, that's my thing. Like he led them. What did he lead the league in? It might have been touchdowns. It might have been. I know it wasn't passing yards because I want to say Jameis Winston held that one, or I might have him confused.
Jameis Winston got the interception.
Yeah, he got that too, but he also had most touchdowns. He might have that one, and Dak might have led the league in passing. But he led the league in passing, and they weren't winning games. That's an odd. I guess combination. Yeah, combination of stats to be compared. How are you leading the league in passing yards?
But at the same time, because you think about it, rushing yards counts too. That run is a big part of football.
True.
A lot of teams run and gun. We seen it just last week. That run and gun is a main thing, and teams are trying to shut it down.
Oh yeah, run and gun wins games sometimes. Staying on football before we jump into basketball because we got a lot of basketball to talk. We got to talk about Antonio Brown's arrest warrant. Say arrest warrant 5 times fast.
Arrest warrant. Arrest
warrant.
I'm not gonna do that.
What was it for? It was battery.
Yeah, battery and it was 2 things.
Was it destruction of property? He threw a rock at the moving truck or something.
Him and his trainer threw a rock at the moving guy. Got a little vulgar with him and so on and so forth. I can't think of what the second charge would be about. I do know the battery charge.
Battery and burglary.
And what was he stealing?
I don't know.
Anybody
that
get
was
what
my
he was
thing.
stealing?
To be honest, I don't think he really probably stole nothing. I think they just I think he might have
had like a moving truck.
Maybe like if somebody in some car, you throw a rock through the car window and go in the car, that's considered
burglary of an unoccupied conveyance. I don't really know what that means.
Maybe he went into the car. Like,
maybe he took something out the car. Maybe
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe they. My Xbox is in there, man. I ain't going nowhere with my goddamn Xbox. I'm leaving with my Xbox. Slide the back open. Give my Xbox.
I just feel like
I'm out of here.
I just feel like all these events that's happening to Antonio is very unfortunate, and I feel like he's the one causing the problems. I feel like he's causing more problems. He's hurting himself more than he's helping himself.
We don't want to see this play out.
To see somebody
like another Delonte West situation.
To see somebody like him with all this, it's different because he got a lot of talent. To see somebody with talent, you like top 5 receivers that could play right now in the NFL.
But here's the deal: we don't know if it's drugs. We don't know if he has mental issues. We don't know if it's where the head's been hit too many times. The CTE. We don't know because nobody's been able to crack this egg. You get close enough to him, he flips and does something different.
True.
To be honest, I feel like he.
I think he has a mental health problem.
But if he has that, then we need to quit the bullshit, and somebody needs to take.
It's like an addict. It's like an addict. You're not. There's no help is going to be done unless that person wants help.
That's absolutely facts, 100%. However, we don't even know what kind of help needs to be administered to see if he wants to deny that help.
That's true.
We don't know. Again, nobody has cracked this egg to figure out what really is going on.
And then because
they fall short to his bullshit.
And then to be honest with you,
that's his buffer to keep you away.
This whole little deal, before the whole deal with him trying to get away from his teams and get out of contracts and stuff, I've never heard nothing bad about this guy. I feel like something happened that made just the beginning of this last off season, something happened
I think he got paid.
That made a big turn of events.
And it's funny.
This guy.
It's funny you said you never heard anything about it because everything that was going on prior to was kept so hush hush. And then when shit started jumping off over here, then this person starts chirping and saying a little something. And this person was like, yeah, I know I could chime in on that too. And shit started, it's like Tiger Woods effect. Hoes start coming up out of everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's literally the Tiger Woods effect. Okay, so then you find out that, oh, shit. Well, this guy, and then we're able to be play out through social media. Yeah. You're able to create your own judgment about things.
Create your own narrative. Because that's what social media gives you the platform to do.
And everybody
a person with no credibility to make that narrative is broadcasting that narrative to however many followers they have. You know what I mean?
That is.
And I mean, I'd rather Stephen A. do it, who's qualified as a journalist and can word it right to where Antonio Brown's not going to get mad about what's said and the media is not going to get mad about what he said about Antonio Brown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Social media gives too many unqualified people a voice. And not everybody needs a voice.
It really does.
And so many people who are afraid to stand up and speak are not afraid of the soldiers on Twitter, soldiers on Instagram, the soldiers on Facebook. All these social media platforms. You get these guys that hide, won't throw rice at a wedding, won't
bust a grape in a fruit fight.
Yeah, won't bust a grape in a fruit fight. However, wear your ass out on Twitter or some shit, or be one that could due to his following, he can have a impactful effect to your potential future.
It's a sad situation.
And your well-being. That's crazy. Somebody can tweet something about you and it make you want to do crazy shit.
I think he might be in the same
because from the beginning of time,
kind
I think people always have this thing about pleasing other people or being accepted by other people. You know what I mean?
Being accepted is a mother lover.
Maybe he thought kind of along the lines of Spreewell, well, I'm so good, it'll come to me. You know what I mean? Like, I deserve a $60 million contract. Just throwing a number out there. I deserve a $60 million contract.
Do you blame Greek
it's gonna come to me.
Mythology for the Zeus statues or the Caesar statues? Because you can take it to that kind of time. You can take it to time of just people being champion. You can look at Rocky. Rocky overcomes everything. He's misunderstood. You can look at it. I mean, there's so many different avenues. You can break this down and take a look at it. What he's trying to be or compare himself to.
And
Sorry to cut y'all off real fast. Breaking news right now. Uh-oh. Antonio Brown turns himself in to police after warrant for his arrest.
His trainer was arrested and bonded out on $20,000 bond too.
Just came in right now.
Yep.
Just came in right now. He turns himself in.
Oh wow. Well, I guess we were kind of
speaking of the devil.
Speaking it into existence. Maybe this can get him the help he needs. Maybe he can go to therapy. Maybe something
in there can talk to, or hopefully he can settle down long enough. Given, I hate to say, leave him in there for 48 hours, but that if he is on a substance,
to be honest, I don't think he's gonna stay in there. I don't think he's gonna stay in there. He gonna turn himself in. He already got it set up.
Yeah, got the buddy outside.
He'll be out in 15 minutes.
He gonna be out in about an hour or two.
He'll be back on Instagram Live, and I really hope he's not. I hope he's not because I want it to help. Before we jump into our commercial break, we just got to touch on what we got in basketball. We got some drama over in LA, and I'm not talking about the Lakers. We got our East and West All-Stars and our captains, or our starters, I'll say. Reserves haven't come in yet. The Rockets gave the Nuggets a whooping, and we got some other games to talk about. So we're going to jump into a quick commercial break, and we'll be back. We're jumping to it here in a quick second. And then we got to talk Zion. We got to talk Zion. We might have had to start with Zion. We should have started with him. But
Zion.
Crazy quarter. If you watch the game, you know what we're talking about. But
what
yeah,
a goat.
Nonetheless, here's a quick word. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the last half hour of The Assist. If you're just tuning in, I'm your host, Noah Harrington. To my right, I have Jay. To his right, we have Coach G.
Yeah.
And we got to talk these all-star selections. We're back on basketball. This is the second half of the hour.
Well, all-star selections now.
All-star selections.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Let's say the two captains.
It is a big thing happening in basketball last night.
Two.
It was a big thing happening.
What happened? Oh, well, we're gonna save Zion.
I want to get on my boy Zion.
We're gonna save Zion.
I'm excited to get on Zion. I've been waiting to get on Zion.
Because this is the big news of the day.
But this is Zion.
No, that is the big news of the day.
This was his
that was
first
the big news
game.
of the other day.
That was his first game.
Okay, but we won't have too much to say on this. We got a buttload to say on Zion. So let's just
all right, come on, let's go ahead and get rid of this because I'm ready for Zion.
But you know, this is some blasphemy. Giannis doesn't know how to pick a team. The two captains, Giannis and LeBron. Read Giannis' team. Giannis, starting lineup, starting five. Giannis, Kemba, Trae Young.
That's for the East, too.
Joel Embiid, and Pascal Siakam. All right?
He got one right. What? Two.
I would have put Trae.
I would have got Trae, and I would have picked Embiid. Yeah. Them the two, yeah.
Now, LeBron, on the other hand, you know LeBron's famous for picking teams. You know he's a good team picker.
LeBron got 5 right.
LeBron. Luka, who's the second youngest since LeBron.
There goes
my boy.
There goes the one who's going to battle with Trae.
The beard.
We got my boy, James Harden. The beard.
Ooh.
Fear the beard, baby.
Another Laker. We got 80.
Ooh, the brow.
And then we going to go
with the got
another LA person.
You got the Bron. You got Bron, King James. You got the Matador. You got the beard, the brow, the claw.
The West looked like a team that was
Luka the dog.
That looked like a transformer.
That looked like a 2K team.
That looks like when all the Power Rangers
come to one
What's
together.
His name? Megazord? I want to say that's... I could be completely wrong.
I don't even know.
I mean, I'm sorry, Giannis. Siakam.
I know what you mean. No.
Yeah.
I know your analogy.
My whole thing is Siakam?
Siakam, he could have got that spot because there's not a lot of big names in the East. He could have put up a big fight for it. I don't see... Who else is over there in the East?
Ben Simmons?
Yeah, I would have picked Ben Simmons over. I would have picked Ben Simmons over Kemba.
Yeah.
I would have picked Jason Tatum over Kemba. Kemba wasn't a good choice.
But I would probably pick Spider Mitchell over Kemba.
Well, he's in the West.
Oh, that is right. Never mind. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
You right.
Yeah, I was going to say Devin Booker. And I was like, oh, wait, no, I can't pick him. He's over in the West.
He's over in the West. Damn it.
Yeah,
Giannis don't know how to pick a team. He got 2 right.
2 right.
Including himself. I mean, if he feel like they could get it
maybe
done,
the reserves are better. Who knows?
I would have picked up Siakam.
It's just everybody's in the West. I
mean, you still got some competitive players over there in the East that'll make this shit look a little better than what he picked. It's okay. So let's say
wait a minute. Hold on. Kyrie is in the East. How you don't have Kyrie on that team?
Over Kemba.
I'm sorry. How? How, Sway? I just don't get that. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Yeah, that's a crazy one.
There's a thing. There's like a stigma about the East. Like literally right now, you say the East and you can name a few players.
Like who playing point guard, Kemba or Trae?
Or Giannis. You know Giannis.
You know what I'm saying?
You mess around and play point guard for just because.
I know Siakam know how to play role position. We've seen that before. Embiid already know he ain't got nobody battling him shit down to his spot. So, who running point?
I mean, you could have got Andre Drummond, who's a double-double machine, maybe. Maybe, who else is over there? Middleton? Bron picked up one of his teammates. Maybe that's... who knows? You know what I mean? It's hard because, like I said, the East... I mean, Jimmy Butler's in the East. Hold on.
There you
go.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, Jimmy Butler's in the East. Giannis, you messed up, man. Jimmy deserves to be an all-star.
Jimmy.
I think LeBron.
But what, like you said, LeBron what the reserves
went for
look
a winning
like?
Team. Giannis went
what
for people that he
likes.
Like?
Do we have a peek?
There's
at the
no reserves yet. Reserves aren't out yet.
Oh, so we don't know. Okay, so these guys
They'll be out.
So we're just taking a peek at the starting five.
This
Legit.
Is who Giannis picked to be on his team.
So come on, Giannis. Yeah, you slipping. Go. You was slipping. Should have had Kyrie. Should have had. Okay. My look would have been Giannis, Kyrie, Embiid,
Trey and Jimmy.
Trey on there.
And Jimmy.
Sorry.
And Jimmy.
I'm going with that one.
That's what it should look. That's the look. That's the move. Siakam should be coming off as a reserve.
I'm not gonna lie. The fact that Jimmy's not on there and you just
that's disturbing.
That is disturbing. I would have Jimmy on there before Siakam.
Giannis, you need to do that killer.
To me. I'm
actually gonna go a little different from yours.
That killer snake bite whatever and he bite his own damn self.
This is mine. This is gonna be mine.
Derrick Rose on the East as well.
Let me.
Derrick Rose
I don't know about a starter though.
This is gonna be mine. Okay, so
yeah,
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said
Griffin.
that. Listen. Okay, mine's gonna be Giannis, Trey, Embiid, Butler, and I'm going Drummond because I'm going for a front court, back court situation. You know what I mean? I'm not just gonna have 4 guards in the center. You know what I mean? You get where I'm coming from? Where you had 2 point guards.
I get where you come from.
You had 2 point guards, and Kyrie hasn't been the all-star Kyrie that we love this year.
But I have him.
So I wouldn't have him starting.
No, Kyrie starting.
I wouldn't have him starting over Drummond, who somebody is in a double-double machine, and you need to fill the backcourt.
If we talking about point guard position, I feel like Kyrie better than all the point guards.
No, but listen.
Kemba and Trey.
But not this season.
Maybe not.
He's better than Kemba, period. Yeah.
Maybe
but the front, listen. In the front court that Giannis picked, or in the front courts that we picked, they fall into that. Jimmy has had a better season, and he's a front court player. He's had a better season than Kyrie. Trey's had a better season as a front court player than Kyrie and Giannis. You know, that's why I can't put him, because I'm going off of front court, back court.
I would take Kemba, Siakam off, and Jimmy and Kyrie on that.
I gotta put Drummond because Drummond he's a monster, but I get the Kyrie. I get why Kyrie's in there for you.
Kyrie would be my 1. Trey would be my 2.
But
I
Kyrie
like the way
for me is
I'm not gonna lie.
reserve.
Kyrie is my favorite point guard.
He
like as far as
1.
handles goes, I don't think nobody got better handles than Kyrie.
So they say pick 3 people.
You ain't trying to guard me, but I feel you. I understand that we talking about in the league right now, but that's cool.
Yeah, but in the league, I feel like he got the best handles.
Oh yeah,
he got
that's
the best
no
handles
doubt.
in the
But I'm
league.
just saying he hasn't played like an all-star this season to be crowned an all-star.
Yeah, facts. But it's also
so how can you have him starting?
The reason why I say that is because he just got with this team. He's fresh with this team. They don't have their best player on this team, and on top of this,
there's another person in the
East now. He's not even the best player.
He's in the East now.
Yeah, I know. KD.
That's what's crazy.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle
for
them right now. So of course, he ain't playing his best game. But yeah, he's
imagine
still a good player.
If KD,
Giannis, and KD.
Imagine KD's playing. Whose spot is he taking on here? You got Jimmy, Trey, Giannis, Embiid.
Any one of those spots.
He's taking the Kemba or Siakam spot. If Siakam does not need to be on there.
If KD was playing, he's the team captain.
Yeah, dead ass.
If KD would be playing, he's team captain. That's how I feel.
Facts.
Over Giannis.
Hold on. Giannis has the best record in the NBA. The Bucks have the best record. He's the best player on the best team.
Giannis can be stopped. Giannis can be stopped.
He hasn't been.
KD
he hasn't been proven to be stopped this year, though.
And has KD been stopped ever?
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying Giannis has not been proven to be stopped this year.
I think if he would have came against KD and Kyrie, the whole healthy Knicks team.
You think that Nets team with 2 stars can beat the Bucks team who hasn't changed and their chemistry is probably 100% right now?
Because I feel like the Bucks only got 2 stars too.
Listen.
Okay, but they have way more role players. The Bucks and they have a 2-time Coach of the Year. And
you said they haven't changed too much. They did the same run that they doing this year. They did that shit last year. Came up against one person. that made the difference. They put Kawhi on Giannis, shut him down.
Yeah.
Series was over.
Yeah. And it has not happened this year when playing Kawhi again.
Kawhi is...
Giannis has showed that he has a three-point ability now.
He's opened that up. And I'm not sold on that,
then to
by
be honest
no
with
means.
you, like,
let me be...
Hold on. That happened in a summer. That happened in a summer. A summer where not a full summer. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not sold on it either because it's not reliable.
He's not hitting these threes with anybody on him.
That he is. A couple. It's not consistent with people on him. I will say that, and I'm not completely sold on it.
3-4
but
feet
he
on
made that improvement in 2 or 3 months, which is a big deal. He made that big of an improvement in that little amount of time.
It'd be too easy to take that away from his game, to just step up 2 more steps into, if you're playing into the lane, just step 1 more good step closer to him. He'll never get that 3 off.
The only I don't think there's a problem with him getting 3 off.
He shoots it too low.
He's 6'11",
and he shoots it like he's 6'7".
No, there's no shooting too low when you're 6'11".
Come on now, you watch his fundamentals, you'll be like, that's not going to get it.
I think the only reason KD wouldn't be the captain is because they wouldn't have the best record in the East. I think the Bucks would still have the best record. Giannis would be captain solely because best record on the best team. You know what I mean? Like AD's probably averaging a whole lot more points than LeBron right now, but LeBron's the best player on the best team in the West.
If the criteria
is that,
then that would be his only, because I do think they wouldn't have the better record. But as far as...
And I think that is what the criteria is, because I think, like I just said, LeBron's not the best player on the Lakers right now. Anthony Davis is.
Yeah.
But the best player but he's...
Right now.
I think LeBron
is pacing himself. I think LeBron is pacing himself for the later push.
LeBron know what he was doing.
Exactly.
That's why he wanted.
That's why he is the best player. But as the All-Star break is here, he's not.
LeBron is allowing and pushing everybody to get to a spot that they didn't believe that they can be in.
Exactly.
Because LeBron already knows how to turn his own.
Exactly. Yeah. I can flip this switch whenever.
I can flip this switch whenever. Yeah. I need y'all with the finger pointing at AD. I need y'all finger pointing at, if it's going to be cool still running, finger pointing at Katavius, and, finger pointing at Danny Green.
When Boogie gets back.
He leaning on Danny Green and Rondo because they championship pedigree.
Hold on. People forget DeMarcus Cousins is on the bench of the Lakers.
Oh, I ain't forgot shit.
Yeah, you ain't forget about that.
And the potential the potential of him to return this season.
Exactly.
Without a risk of him getting hurt, like re-aggravating his injury, like fully healed and can go.
Y'all didn't want to talk about Zion that bad.
I definitely did.
Oh, we
can jump into Zion now.
We got this.
I think watching this game, bold prediction, just watching this game, Zion is going to be kind of he's a Ben Simmons with a jumper. That's what he showed last night. You saw him getting a rebound, pushing it, creating a lot of space, or creating a lot of attention on himself, bringing the ball into the lane, and what'd he do? Kick it right out to a shooter. Shooter sometimes didn't make it, but we saw that from him, okay? Saw the 4 threes, the 100% three, that's already better than Ben Simmons, right?
Yeah.
He shot amazing from the field. Another Ben Simmons trait. Mm-hmm. He had a lot of rebound, put it back in, chase my own rebound. He had a lot of layup buckets, like a Giannis, like a Ben Simmons.
You know who he reminded me of?
He's not as big as Ben Simmons.
I wouldn't say Ben Simmons. He reminded me of LeBron.
And who does Ben Simmons remind you of?
Not LeBron.
Really?
Not to me.
Really?
No.
A person LeBron. That big with that type of vision?
You don't remind me of LeBron.
And
because he don't play with the same dominance as LeBron. I feel like Zion has the same dominance as LeBron. He just played like LeBron when LeBron was first developing his shot. Because when LeBron first came, he couldn't shoot the three really well, He had to develop into that shot. You know what I mean?
He couldn't play the positions Zion can play when he was coming into the league.
Yeah, but I'm not saying when he was coming into the league.
Zion was out rebounding.
That's why I say he remind me of LeBron when LeBron started coming into his shot.
Oh, into his shot. Okay,
that's what he reminded me of.
Not
beginning LeBron.
I feel like Zion he reminded me of a Charles Barkley in that 3 minutes.
I can see that.
In that 3 minutes.
That is a great one.
He went in and did a whole, for 3 minutes, a whole life of Charles Barkley with the dominating.
He probably moves better than Barkley.
I mean,
that's probably the only thing.
He kind of and laid it in over a slam dunk champion. Was DeRozan a champion? I think he's a champion, but if he's not a champion, I know he's entered the contest and he's a freak.
The thing is, he could be a champion. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like that, and that's all the valid. He almost did a 360 on somebody.
He shot the ball as a later Charles Barkley. He attacked aggressively as a young Charles. I mean, I saw that with
body
the
type of a young Barkley,
hitting you with the body and going through you with his body. With that nastiness, that type of attitude. That's like, man, you a boy, I'm a man. Let's not have this conversation again. Type attitude. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
he played with a chip on his shoulder.
I got a question for y'all.
Played.
Why would they take him out?
Oh.
Why?
Oh.
Okay, so I understand the first 3 quarters he did not play as well. I will say that.
He did.
Hold on. We can here. Let's get into the game now. We can spit off his stat line now.
Yeah, he did not play too well the first 3 quarters.
22 points, 3 assists, 7 rebounds in 18 minutes. Ingram Ingram had 22 with them. Favors had 11 and 10. Lonzo with 14 and 12. Got to give it up for Zoe.
Okay, Zoe.
The reason
Holiday with 12, Hart with 10.
You think about how they limited this man, and he's still up there with these guys.
Exactly.
Think about that.
He played the least amount of minutes and scored the most.
How many minutes did he play?
18.
18 minutes.
Lonzo played 39. Well, granted, Lonzo had a good game. Almost had a triple double. He played 39, 14, and 12. Ingram 34 minutes with 22 points. Like,
how many points did Zoe have again?
14.
And see, that's what kills me because I told y'all this as we was watching that game. Zoe, you could tell he was clearly kind of frustrated with Zion, and to me, that kind of sparked something in him. Like, okay, I'm gonna show y'all.
Okay,
right after that moment,
I know exactly because I know when he said that
he went crazy.
Because Zion did not have a good first few quarters. The first 3 quarters, what did he have? And total of 4 points?
And just reliving that moment, he hit 2 threes in a row, caught the oop, 2 more threes in a row. Okay, and then
the threes, 18 consecutive points for your team to give them the lead when they're down by like 11.
The lead,
and then you take me out the game and we lose.
Take me out the game with, what was it?
We lose.
No, he came out of the game with, I want to say, maybe 4 minutes left.
It was some time.
It was 6:25 when he came out. It was 6 minutes and 25 seconds when they pulled him out.
I thought it was
almost 7 minutes.
I thought 6 minutes and around that time was when he was going off.
It was almost 7 minutes when they pulled him out.
Okay.
They pulled him out, and for the life of me, I just could not understand why. You literally dominating this team. You're dominating them. They can't stop you. You pull them out. Even the fans.
And you let the Spurs be the Spurs.
Are yelling. Oh my God. Even the fans going crazy.
The fans boo at the end of the game. Yeah. Because they didn't even they
knew Zion was coming, and you didn't even get the crowd what they wanted to see.
Yeah.
I feel like they honestly threw that game away.
Out of 48,
Zion brought his team back. He played his position.
Alvin Gentry, those bursts were not good. I know what you were trying to do. I get it, but you should have let that last burst.
Here's the deal.
He
can put himself in more potential with that hot cold. Play me, let me get warm, pull him out. Now I'm cooling off. Play me, get warm. Now I got halftime. Now I got halftime. I can't go into a game. Ain't shit I can do.
But you want to know what we got to give it to the Spurs.
I start getting off.
We got to give it up to the Spurs. They went off. They played a hell of a game.
LA
LaMarcus
12.
Aldridge
oh my goodness.
Crazy.
32 and 14.
Exactly. He went crazy on
Rosen had 25. Forbes with 11,
and you
Murray
gotta give it to the Spurs how they just stay.
They
like,
were going bang, they were matching
like
Zion.
Content. They don't care about you taking the lead.
We don't care about this crowd going crazy behind
you. Listen.
Draw some stuff
Listen,
up.
This ought to show you what kind of impact.
Instantly.
Even though we're talking about the Spurs and giving Spurs credit, this ought to show you what kind of impact, because it wasn't an exciting game all the way up until the last quarter.
The very last quarter.
Okay, so for 3 minutes at that quarter, the Spurs were matching Zion point for point. Excuse me. I said the Spurs were matching Zion.
Yeah. Point
for point. You
Literally.
feel me? It was a shootout between the Spurs and Zion. Therefore, about 3 minutes. It was a unique basketball experience. Well, if you got to watch it.
How many assists did Zoe have?
12.
Check this out. Off of every one of the threes that Zion shot, guess who gave him the assist?
They were from Zoe. I'm telling you, Zoe is a premier point guard in the NBA.
No, I say that for the fact of Zoe was getting frustrated with him, but guess what? He came through for you too.
Yeah, he made you look good.
But see, here's also the other thing. Here's also the other thing. Zoe was mad at him and still recognized, okay, you had me frustrated, but you're the hot hand right now.
He may have had him frustrated because he like, man, come on, man, go off. I know you got it. Exactly. Go off.
Here.
Go.
Exactly.
And then he went.
Exactly.
He did that whole Thanos
that's
for
smart.
3 minutes.
That's smart for Zoe, because some other point guard who doesn't have the wherewithal or doesn't have the patience,
the know-how to do that,
the IQ is just gonna say, I'm giving it to BI.
He's problem with
He's the number one option. I'm giving it to BI. You're the rookie. You don't know. You're not producing.
Is a good,
you have not produced.
Zoe is a
I'm giving
good,
it to this guy.
Point guard. And
to be honest,
that
our
relationship with the Lakers ended the way it did. But he needed to get out of LA.
Oh yeah,
because his dad had him all sorts of mixed up with the business, with the team.
Oh yeah, that's not even
with his life and everything. I mean,
he need to become his own man.
He need to become his own. He need to get up on the pop.
Speaking of the Lakers, we got to get into the Lakers game. They played Kyrie, played the Nets. We talk about the Nets up here. Came out with the dub, 128, 113. LeBron with a triple double, ladies and gentlemen. 34 minutes, had 27 points, 10 assists, 12 rebounds. AD had 16 points, 11 rebounds. Dwight with 14 points and 12 rebounds. Danny Green with 14. Caldwell Pope with 11. Kuz with 16. Rondo with 7 points and 10 assists. They played an all-around great game.
All-around great game.
After the performance that they had against
like the Miami Heat, almost.
Yeah, it really
Seriously.
But come on now, after the performance that you had with the Knicks. The
8-game win against the Knicks with no AD.
8 points?
Or AD, didn't produce.
No, that's what we had AD.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But it's like we didn't have AD because he didn't produce. He didn't do jack shit. Nets on the other side. Prince with 18. Sorry, Kyrie came with his nice 20. Spencer Dinwiddie with 7 and 13. LeVert off the bench with 16. Wilson Chandler off the bench with 15, and Gary Temple with 11. Not a bad game from them. Just got outmatched.
He got a cool last name, LeVert. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Lost the rebound battle by 11. Lost the they actually won the assist battle, and won the steals battle.
Nice.
Yeah, the Nets didn't play a bad game. They just played somebody who had a better game, and that's what happens sometimes.
Yeah,
you get down like that sometimes.
So I was giving the Nuggets a lot of praise. I think I might be jinxing the Nuggets.
You jinxing them?
Because, I was giving them a lot of praise up here, and now, they had the upset. They had the upset the last episode, and now they got upset against the Rockets, 121 to 105. And, James Harden didn't really have a James Harden game. It wasn't a 50 burger, it wasn't a 40 burger. It was a nice 27, but that's elementary for James Harden, it seems like.
No, that's still a good game.
It's a good game, but, it's not a James Harden game we're accustomed to. We're accustomed to a 30 burger. The reason why I say it's a good game because
I don't know what's going on with him right
now.
True,
he has been in a crazy shooting slump.
They said 5% from 3.
Yeah, they said his shooting.
You want me to tell you what it is?
His shooting numbers look like dates.
Y'all gonna laugh at this, but and watch when y'all gonna sit there and say, "Oh, Harden back." I'm point out something else to you. is going to go hand in hand. His barber done fucked him up.
Messed
him up. No, messed his hair. That's why he rocking braids right now. You know he like his little. You know he got that look.
Maybe.
Hey, I promise you, when it come back, when his game come back, watch what else come back.
The mohawk.
Just watch. I'm putting it out there now, so I can't take it back.
Yeah, true.
I can't take it back.
Russ had a great game, 28 and 16 and 8. Clint Capella with 14 and 11. James, like I said, with 27 and 5 and 5.
I'm so
Eric
happy
Gordon.
Stepped up,
you were happy about Eric Gordon.
Yes.
I'm sure you were happy about Eric Gordon because you were talking about him, how he wasn't producing.
Yeah.
29 minutes, came with 25 points.
That's him. That's pretty what good we need for him every time.
Yeah. Nuggets on the other side. The Nuggets played a Nuggets game. Jokic with a triple-double, 19, 10, and 12. Grant with 17. Craig with 14. Morris with 11. Beasley with 12. Dowser with 15. Like it was a Nuggets type game, and I think they ran into a Rockets type game where it's high scoring. You know what I mean? There's another game I wanted to talk about. The Hawks game.
The Hawks, baby.
Upset the Clippers. I was happy about this one as a Clipper hater.
Heck yeah.
And we can talk when
why are you a Clipper hater?
How about saying not necessarily a Clipper hater, but I'm the LA teams.
Yeah, because I'm a Laker.
I'm a Laker fan.
Before we have to get out of here, we got to talk about this. The Clipper chemistry is not on par. They said there's a lot of preferential treatment going on for Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
Facts.
And that's causing some chemistry problems, I'm assuming. And I can see how it can. When you got a player like a Lou Will who doesn't feel like he's getting treated the right way. That's a big piece to lose.
I feel like that's the only person that can really complain.
Harold's producing these last
I feel
2-3 weeks.
I feel like Lou is the only person that complains because Lou is the only person that's been consistent.
Hold on.
From the beginning.
I think they all have well, not all of them. I think Harold, Beverly, and Lou have a reason to complain because they are 3 pivotal players on the Clipper team.
And you know what's funny? They the 3 that's on the front. It's funny you say that. Them the 3 on front of the Slam magazine.
If you lose
Harold,
one of those
Beverly.
teams, you have a weakness at that point. Or one of those teams, one of those players is what I meant. Sorry. If you lose one of those players, you have a weakness at that point.
Well, because 2 of them come off your bench, and just like y'all pointed to the other show episode, they have to have that in order to be effective like they are.
Facts.
Exactly.
Lou coming off the bench is crucial.
Speaking of the Hawks and Clippers game, 102-95, Hawks came out with the win. John Collins with 33 points, 16 rebounds. Hooter with 12, Reddish with 10, Goodwin with 19. Not just the best game from everybody, but Harold came with 30 on the other side with the Clippers. They didn't have Paul George or Kawhi Leonard. They had Lou. He gave him 18 in his sleep. Zubac with 11 and Shamet with 13. I think that's the treatment they're talking about, getting all these games off and everything. A lot of people have a problem with that. I think it's going to continue to happen.
I feel like star players, you got to cater to your star players.
True. I think that's all it is. That's our time, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get out of here. Thank you for tuning in to another episode, another edition, another hour of The Assist. You can catch us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Spreaker, on sportstalkchannel.com, everywhere. You can also tune into our podcast, So You Just Gonna Podcast in Front of My Son, every Thursday. So this has been another hour and edition of The Assist with your host, Noah Harrington. I'm signing off with my guys, Jay and Coach G. We're out of here.